Greetings! Welcome to my channel. My name is Patty Jakes. I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic addict. I'm not a medical professional. This space is dedicated to the pursuit of a healthier, happier life together, staying sober. Please join me as we navigate the challenges, celebrate the victories, and build a supportive community where we can share our experience, strength, and hope with all of you. So the topic of today's video is going to be about navigating fear and cultivating faith, strategies for overcoming challenges and in recovery. So I would think, when I was thinking about this video, I was thinking about hope in recovery is crucial, referring to the belief and expectations that positive change is possible despite the challenges and setbacks that we may come across. And also, there's good fear. There's healthy fear. Like I have a healthy fear of picking up a drink or a drug. I also have healthy fears about other things like gambling and anything that could be addictive for me. I have a healthy fear. So that's healthy. So it's good to have some fear in your life. But on the other end, it's also important to have faith. And how do I build my faith in my sobriety? And I definitely know that through getting sober with Alcoholics Anonymous, but you could do any program you want. You could do your own program. You can make your own program. You don't have to do a 12-step program. But for me, going to Alcoholics Anonymous helped me build a strong foundation. And I remember when I first met my sponsor, she said, you need to build, like when you're building a house. She gave me an example. She said, when you see somebody building a house, and my husband's a carpenter, so obviously I understand that, and you have to have a really great foundation. The most important part of the house is the foundation, because without a good foundation, the house will fall apart, or even a building for that matter. So if you have a great foundation with your recovery, then chances are you're going to stay sober. So that's how she put it to me, and it really made a lot of sense. So AA, for me, helped me build a great foundation. But I can share all my, tools that I've learned through Alcoholics Anonymous with all of you through my podcast. But there's nothing better than going to a meeting or finding another program that works for you. I highly recommend going to a meeting and checking it out anyway, just to see what you think of it. When I first went to my first AA meeting, not that I got sober at that point, because I was 25 years old, and I wasn't willing to stay sober indefinitely. But I went to my first meeting, and I'll never forget how I felt. I felt like, oh my gosh, these are my people. When they spoke the language of addiction, I had never heard it before, but I knew that was me. I knew that. Not that I was going to admit it to any of you or anybody in the room, but deep down in my soul, I knew that this was where I belonged, even though I didn't want to accept it at the time. But deep down, I knew the language that they spoke. It's like a special language, being an addiction, being an addict, and only another addict or alcoholic can understand that. So that's really how it felt for me. And I'd love to hear your feedback. Please let me know if you've ever been to an AA meeting, how you felt, and, or any other program for that matter. I've been to Celebrate Recovery. I have not been to NA before, but I hear a lot of people that like NA. There's also other programs that I probably don't even know about. So please share that with me in the comment section below. I would love to hear from all of you. I read this article earlier, and it said, and it talked about, I have a chance of hope today if I don't pick up a drink or a drug. And I lost faith when I was in my alcoholism. I was very spiritual. I've always been spiritual, but it was really hard for me to be spiritual or in my faith when I was drinking, because I knew that it was wrong. I knew that normal people on the weekends don't start drinking at 11 a.m. or sooner. I mean, I wouldn't drink in the morning on a weekday if I had to work, but I would start drinking on the weekends as early as I could get away with it. And I knew that was wrong. And so it was like, I was, you know, fighting with myself mentally. But once I stopped drinking, even if I stopped drinking for a short period of time and then went back to drinking, I knew that I had more hope and faith, and my motivation for having a positive attitude was much better when I wasn't in my drinking, if I wasn't drinking. And I know life isn't perfect, and so being able to maneuver life on life's terms without picking up a drink is not easy. And that's why you need, again, a supportive community. And that's why I started my own Discord group, and I'm super excited about it. And I think I'm the only member in the Discord group still, but please come and join it. I'm going to put the link below. Please join my Discord group. It's free. It's no charge. And it's going to be a way for us to talk and communicate. And if you feel funny about sharing any comments below on the YouTube channel, what you can do is join the Discord group, and we can talk in a private group. And obviously, if somebody is abusing it or whatever, I can take them off that, so that we just have positive people. You don't have to be sober to be in the group. You don't have to be sober to, in AA, even in AA, we say you just have to have a desire to stop drinking. You don't have to be stopped drinking or stopped drugging or whatever. You just have to have a desire that you want a better life for yourself. And, it takes time to get sober. Like, I remember when I was still drinking and I was thinking about getting sober, I knew I was getting to that point. Like, I was like, and you might be able to relate to this, like, even though I was still drinking, I knew that it was coming to an end. Like, I couldn't live like this forever, or I was going to kill myself. I was going to die, or a tragedy was going to happen. Either I was going to do something bad in a blackout, or I was going to end up with cirrhosis or whatever. Something bad was going to happen. So I knew I was coming to an end, but I didn't know when it was going to happen, but I knew it was going to happen. So as long as you have a desire to stop drinking or drugging, please join my Discord group. And you don't have to be sober. And just, if I can help one person in this disease, I'd be very grateful. Actually, if you're getting anything out of this channel, please like, subscribe, and share with others that may benefit from the channel. And I also will put some links below for some of the material that I use on a daily basis to stay sober. I love the Daily Reflections group book, because it really gives me some good thoughts for the day to share. Here's In God's Care. I mean, if you don't believe in God, they say in AA you could be a non-believer. You don't have to have any belief in God to get sober. So, and here's As Bill Sees It. Here's the big book. I also have a meditation of the 24 hours and journals, and I'll put some links below. There's a Living Sober book, which I love. I actually am going to a meeting once a month. There's a meeting that I go to that has just the topic of living sober, and from the book. And so I'll put links below. Amazon is where I buy all my books. I also use Audible, and I'll put links below for that. And I really thank you all for sharing your time with me. I know it's valuable. So if you're listening to the channel, thank you. So I wrote down some notes for today. As long as I'm sober, and I always say this to myself, I talk to myself many times. So if any of you can relate to that, when I'm trying to be positive, a lot of times I'll talk to myself about positive affirmations. But I also know if I'm sober, I can go through anything sober. As long as I don't pick up a drink or drug, everything's going to be okay. Because once I pick up a drink or a drug or whatever it is, all bets are off. And if I'm going through, like some people say to me, I picked up because I was going through a really bad time of it and I needed relief. Well, ironically, in a bad way, by picking that substance up, you still have to go through that bad experience, but now you've got a bad experience on top of a bad experience because now you're picking up the substance. So now you're actually going to be worse off. Something bad could happen. So you've got two bad things happening at once. You know what I mean? Instead of just dealing with the one situation that you're going through, now you're dealing with two bad situations, because nothing good ever comes from picking up whatever it is, whether it's drink or drug. To be honest, a drink is a drug, in my opinion. So no matter what you're picking up, nothing good's going to happen from it. Whenever bad things happened to me, it was when I was under the influence. So you need to talk to yourself and walk yourself through that. And also a big suggestion is, before you pick up that substance, please reach out to another sober person. And that's why having a group of, a powerful support group is important, because then you can reach out to that person. And I'm only one person, and I don't mind you reaching out to me, but to be honest, you need somebody locally in your group of influence that you can, like you can call their cell phone and say, hey, and that's why it's so important to have a fellowship of people. And it doesn't have to be AA. It could be, whoever you feel comfortable with, but reaching out to another addict, but that's in recovery, is huge before you pick up that first sucker drink, as they say in AA. So the next video for the week will be on acceptance. So I wanted to kind of give you a preview. So when you see me next, the next video will be about acceptance, and it's a good one. It's going to be 5 tools that will help you dealing with acceptance, which is living life on life's terms. And again, I want to thank all of you for your time with watching this video. I really appreciate all of you. And again, please share if you know someone that's struggling. If I can be of any help, I would love to. Also, please like the video if it's something that you've gotten something out of. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. It really helps the algorithm. Oh, I can never say that word. Algorithms. And I want to say I love all of you, and God bless.